Good day, friends. Something slightly different. Nothing to do with work or guitars. Well, it is to do with work, but not guitars. And I'm not furloughed. I'm self-isolating. I'm classed as clinically extremely vulnerable. And even though I knew this last year, I still worked the whole 5 months during lockdown. I work for Royal Mail, most of you do. And I didn't want to say out at work. One, because I wasn't bothered. I don't class myself as clinically extremely vulnerable because it's all to do with an illness I had years ago and I don't really suffer with that anymore. And two, I'd not long started the job and I wanted to show willing. I don't want to show as a Skype or I was going to have a time off at any given opportunity. So anyway, when I got the CEV letter, I skimmed it and I half-read it and I binned it and I carried on through work and everything. But anyway, it came about on the second lockdown, November. Obviously the office knew about it because I'd mentioned it to someone and we knew about it. So I had to go off for 3 weeks. And the great thing about it is our union have got to deal with Royal Mail that if you're off because of COVID and you can't work, you're clinically extremely vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. Any reason, whatever, you get full wages. And so, praise the Lord, I mean, fantastic, how good's that? So I'm off work and I'm getting paid for it. I did go back to work after November. Again, we got third lockdown, didn't we? December, back end of December, CEV. So I've been off since then and praise the Lord, that's fantastic. I'm on full wages. How amazing is that? But the other good thing about it is I'm able to put more time into FretFriend. Now FretFriend, I was full-time self-employed at one time, and as brilliant as that it was never quite enough for me to make a living. Not that we struggled, we didn't, because my missus has always had a good job. So we weren't struggling, but it was not enough, you know. And the thing with doing that full-time, I was never out the house. I was in the house 7 days a week because my workshop's in the house. And so I went and I thought I want a morning job, applied at Royal Mail, got in, been there ever since, brilliant, fantastic. But that aside, now I'm off work, I'm not working for Royal Mail, I still work for Royal Mail, but I'm furloughed, so in a nutshell, make things easier to explain. So it's gone mental here, but the thing is I'm able to work here full time again until I go back to work for Royal Mail, which will be in a few weeks, I imagine. But I just want to explain about how this works during COVID. And the first and foremost, let's not be under any illusions that I do not encourage anyone to travel, to break any lockdown rules or whatever. But this video is not even about that. But let's get that thing straight. Don't break lockdown rules to come to me. But anyway, about the booking. Now at the moment I have 35 bookings and this I've done, I don't know how many I've done since January. I've done about half a dozen jobs since January, maybe a bit more. I lose count because stuff comes in and goes out all the time. But what I do is, I take bookings in, here's a list of my bookings. There's 35 people or 35 jobs on that list. And some of people are double booked, we book 2 in. Won't let you book more than 2 in, by the way, it's got to be fair. But the way I do it is, everything is in chronological order. And this is from a list I have on my computer. It's not on my computer, it's on an external drive, and I've got a link to it on my desktop. It's called Notes. And I put notes on it over the years, and when things happen and change, I delete stuff and put stuff on. But the good thing about it is my bookings are on the bottom of that list. And it's clients doing chronological. And what I do is I change that every day. There's 35 names on there. I've just done that this morning. I've just printed it out. I don't normally print them out. But I've printed that out. And that's everyone that's booked in. Like you see, Andy Downer, number 1, 2 and 3, Arthur Nicholson. Well, these are already in. These are already on the bench, these 3. And then I'm waiting for Glyn Cooper next, who is 4 and 5, and blah, blah, blah. And that's how it works. But how do I do this without getting confused? Well, however you contact me, it's important for me to know how you contacted me. So I've got a list that mirrors that, but it's got different information on it. And this is the same, but this will have something on the end, like Andy Downer at the top will have mess for messenger. You've got Arthur Nicholson email and Glyn Cooper WA, which is WhatsApp. These are all done as I get bookings. So as you contact me, you go down on this list. I'll put a note on my phone or whatever. So this chronological order is always right. And I've always got a reference as to how you contacted me. Now we're right up to number 35 here, Troy Harrell, who contacted me on FretFriend. I've got FF here next to his name. He's likely not going to come in, neither is the guy above him, Insomniac Nick. It's why they're at the bottom. Because if you look on this list, I've got them down as possibly postponed. And there's my own reasons for that, and I put my notes on there to work for me. But the thing is, I just want you to know, if you contact me and you want to come in and you're prepared to wait in the queue, I will put you on the list in the right slot, in the right place. There'll be no messing about. Like this morning, I've forgot a couple, so I've had to jiggle a couple about today. But this goes right, I don't know how long this is going to take me to catch up with this list, but you are all in order. And if you contact me for work, you will go in order, but you'll go to the bottom of the list. And if for whatever reason you can't make it when I call you in, I'll drop you to the bottom of the list again, so some people will move up. And that's how it works. Now, it can be a bit of a bind for me to update this every day or every other day as I do, but it's the only way I've got to work it. My missus knows Excel and all that. She could probably do me a spreadsheet for it. But this works for me. And I've always got a record here of when you're due in, why you're due in, and whether you're confirmed or not. This one, same sheet again, same order, but my contact reference on there. So if you do book in, you go on this list and you wait your turn. And I know there's plenty say, oh, if you could slip me and get me in a bit quicker. Nah, I used to be able to do that, and I still can sometimes possibly do that, but I only really do that for working musicians. Maybe you've got a gig coming up and you need an emergency job. This is why I normally leave Wednesdays free and Saturdays free. Not always, but normally I take Wednesday as a day off, a midweek day off. I don't normally work on Wednesday. Not that I don't work, I actually do. I'll probably slip something in either for a friend or through someone who wants something doing, you know, urgent, say the recording, or they got a gig or whatever. Now during lockdown that doesn't really matter, that's not really happening. But there always is that. But I always try and stick to this list, and everyone gets treated the same. I've got a guy coming in a bit. He's not on the list, I've just took him off. I've just done 2 of his guitars. And his plan was, he always used to do this in the past, as he fetched 2, he dropped 2 more in, and he wanted to do that. And I've had to tell him he can't do that this time because of this list. And I've had to stick him down the bottom of the queue. He's now number 29 and number 30. He's not on the top list now because I've just finished his guitars. And it's the way I've got to do it. I've got to be fair to everyone, and I'll always try and get you in. And if you're desperate, I'll definitely will do my best to get you in. But I just want you all to know that the way I run this, I think, is fair. It is chronological. I won't jump you up the queue or make you or hold you back if you're on this list. And like I say, I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough to have. I've got 35 guitars. I've actually got 35 numbered on the list here. Now Dan, who's postponed, one guy's postponed till after lockdown, as Paul Gray, 2 guitars, and there's 2 there, Nick and Troy. They're probably not going to come in. Troy never contacted me after needing a desperate refret. I've messaged him, nothing back. And Nick, I call Nick the Insomniac because he rung me at 4:44 in the morning one morning, 4:45 in the morning, which I was not happy about. And I messaged him in the morning and I says, basically, it's much stronger than I'm going to say right now because I'm not going to swear. But I'm not very happy. Anyway, I says, I'll leave you in the list for now, but don't do that again. Anyway, about a week or so later, he rung me at 9:15 at night. I work office hours. My hours, you can't ring me at 9:15 at night. And so I stuck him on my permanent block list. I had a sort of change of heart at Christmas. I thought, I'll take him off it, and if he contacts me, I'll get him in again. But he's not contacted me, so he's probably not going to be in. So these 2 are probably not going to turn up, which is fantastic. But there, I have 33 booked in as of today. We are Saturday the 13th of February, year of our Lord 2021, and there are 33 booked in there. I don't know how long they're going to take me to do them. I'm already looking that these 33, if I do 10 a month, and maybe I'll do 15, 20 a month, I don't know, but you're looking middle of March, middle of April. So if you're going to book in now, you're not going to get in till the end of April by the way things are going. I might work a bit quicker, I might not, it depends. I've got a lot of personal stuff happening in my life at the moment. I've got an uncle in hospital with COVID and pneumonia and an heart condition. I've got a son just had an emergency operation. So my time is not dedicated. I'm not strapped to this workbench. As much as I love doing this job, don't get me wrong. But anyway, I just want you to know that's how it works here. And you're probably not going to find this video interesting. I should have said that at the beginning, not at the end. But for those who are interested, thank you for staying this long. Thank you so much for your support and your trust and your faith. And I look forward to seeing some of you a little bit later on in the year. Now everyone, stay safe. Just before I do go, I'll remind you of my website, fretfriend.co.uk, which I don't really use, but there is a forwarding page on there. It'll bring you to Facebook, my page on Facebook. Now, I know all of you don't have Facebook accounts, and if you don't, then you can't look at what I do. But you can go to fretfriend.co.uk, and that gives you an email link, and you can see more or less what I do there. There's a 1-page explanatory bit of information on there. But anyway, Facebook's your best place, facebook.com/ng17. That's facebook.com/NGONESEVEN. So that's all the information you need right now. I hope that's cleared a couple of things up about you booking in. As I say, don't travel during COVID. if you're breaking the law. Don't come to me if you're breaking the law. If you are going to bring a guitar in, you are happen to be able to be, if you are in the area, you know, or we arrange something else, legally, of course. But if you do come to my door, do understand, you knock the door, you stand back, you wear a mask, you wait for me to answer, and I'll give you instructions from there. But basically, there's going to be a handover on, if you're handing a guitar over, we're going to put it on a stand, there's going to be no physical contact. Again, I'm clinically extremely vulnerable, so I want to be safe, you want to be safe, but that's it. So, thanks again everyone, and I really do look forward to seeing you this year at some point. But until next time, as always, God bless you, be good to each other, and I'll see you in the next one.